Hey, Gwen Fox here, and I'm going to talk about a bad critique day. You know, my description of a bad critique or a critique is informed suggestion on your art. But unfortunately, critique has been synonymous with criticism. And I have been the recipient of many of that. And it's not fun. And that's why critiques are so scary, is because who wants to step into the lion's den in front of your peers? I don't. I was in a show in Denver, and the judge, unbeknownst to them, it was in front of everybody, pulled up a painting and talked about the painting and how they had no idea why the artist did this and how bad it was. Now, it had gotten in the show, and that painting was mine. And I sat there in horror because this judge hadn't asked me questions. I was the artist. They had assumed it was a bad, critical critique. It was a criticism instead of something that was going to help you. Now, here's what they should have done. Put up this and say, okay, now I don't agree with this artist, but here's what I would have done. Or this would have been better if it had been done this way. But you know what? The artist decided this and they got in the show. That's not how it was done. I felt the eyes looking at me thinking, because everybody knew it was mine. So what do you do in a situation like that? Well, you look at the situation and you say, is it true? Is what the judge saying true? Whether or not they said it in a good way or not. How should I react to this? Should I believe it? And the answer is, look at it carefully. Is there some truth into this? And if there isn't, you just throw it away and say, you know what? The judge was just off that day. And there are judges that just don't know how to do a critique. They want to do criticism because they think that is going to help you. Criticism doesn't help, but informed suggestions help a lot. So when you get a bad critique, of which you will, nobody gets away in this art world without a bad critique. Well, it's just part of the process. It just toughens you up and makes you a better artist, because then you get to decide, was this worth it? Or was the judge just a jerk? And there are judges that are jerks. Don't immediately assume, though, that the judge is a jerk. You've got to decide. You've got to analyze what they've said. You've got to look at it and say, is there some truth in this? That's how to handle a bad critique. You don't get upset. You don't cry. You don't yell. You don't scream. You don't call them names. You listen. You go home. You absorb it. And then you just throw it away if it doesn't mean anything. That's how you deal with a bad critique. So I'll see you in the next video. We're going to learn a lot about this. So I'll see you then. Love ya. Bye.